Hey, I'm Ruby. Today we're going to be doing a costume wardrobe clean out. We have to move here in a couple of months, and this is on my list of things to do, specifically because this February I want to focus on sewing. So I need to go through my costumes, find out what I'm going to keep, what I'm not, and what needs alteration, so I can get all of that checked off the list so I don't need to worry about that down the road. Along with that bigger project of February sewing, I need to go through my fabrics and make a plan for my fabrics, as well as a regular closet clean out. Not another costume clean out, just a regular closet clean out. And find alterations in there as well. But today we're going to start with our costumes and all of that jazz. I think I'm going to be doing a couple of piles. So we're going to be doing a keep pile that I'm moving with, a keep pile that I'm probably going to put into storage at first, a get rid of pile, and then an alterations pile. So that's kind of the plan for today. So I'm going to spin you around and we're going to go through our costume trunk first. Okay, so going into our costume trunk here. We're kind of immediately bombarded with a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to go through these top parts after the main body, so let's just move these out of the way for now. They're on these just little trays that sit on top of the body. And it's kind of where I have a lot of like my littler accessories. Starting off is this kind of peasant top. I do have two of these. I think the other one might be hanging up over there. They are different though, they're not the same. So I think I probably will keep both of those because they're just good staple pieces. A lot of the stuff on top I probably will still keep. This is really cute. I actually recently got this. This is just like one of those, I don't know what it's called, but it's like just like under your bust and kind of goes around and has the straps. This is also a skirt I got recently for a basic skirt. So I know I'll be keeping this as well. I guess I should preface that a lot of my costume stuff is of more steampunk aesthetic. I really like the steampunk look, and I go to steampunk conventions, and even when I go to just, regular kind of nerdy conventions, I tend to dress up in steampunk for at least one of the days. I just really like it. It's kind of fun. Now here we go. This is a belt. It still has like the tag on it from where I found it at a thrift store. What I had in mind for this belt when I got it was I was going to turn it into some sort of like crossbody halter situation. Like, it is cute, but I've never worn it, and I would probably want to add to it. That was kind of my original vision, was to kind of make it look more worn. So I'm going to put this in, I guess we'll put in a new pile, a craft pile. And if I don't get to, making this what I want it, then we're going to get rid of that one. So that will go over there. This corset is a nice corset. I got it off Facebook Marketplace when I feel like I'm being a fairy. This is kind of the corset that I reach for, so we're going to keep that. Along with this skirt was actually my mom's skirt back in the day. She gave it to me, and now I kind of wear it as a costume skirt piece, especially to like the Renaissance fairs. It does need some love though. It has a hole in it, and the waistband is just way too big. I think it used to have elastic in there, but now it doesn't. I usually just cinch it in with a corset, but it would be ideal if it had elastic in it. So this is our first sewing alterations project. This skirt was one of my original skirts that I got when I first started dressing up. The problem is that the waist is itty bitty tiny now, and I don't fit it anymore. So this is going to be a get rid of. I think I might see if a friend wants it. I have someone in mind, because I think they wore this before to Renfest. I let them borrow it, and honestly I should have just kept it because it doesn't fit me anymore. So this is going to be gone. This one conflicts me. This is a really cute piece. It's just like a really simple black vest. However, I've never worn it. I've never been able to style it with what I have. I don't think it's that flattering on me. So maybe I'll see if another one of my friends wants this piece as well. This skirt is really cool. This is kind of red skirt. Very steampunk. I think it's inside out right now, but it looks the same both ways. And it has all of these ties around it, these vertical ties, and they all gather. So you can pull all of them and you can make it, you know, high, low, all high, all low, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. I love this skirt. I style it in costumes a lot. However, I'm not the only one that styles it. My sister and my mom often borrow it from me when like they're going to the Renaissance Festival. So as much as I'd love to take this one with me right away, I think I might see if they want it for a few more years and just leave it at home with them. And if they don't want it, then it will come with me. So that's also a get rid of. This corset was the first corset I actually made. So this was a from scratch corset. It goes to my Dolores costume from Westworld. So I will be keeping this because I do like that Dolores costume. I wear it when I go to conventions a lot, especially when my husband has a Teddy costume, so we go as Dolores and Teddy from Westworld. So this is a great piece. This is my belt for Dolores. So I'll be keeping that as part of the costume. This is also just another great belt. I actually wore this recently to the Renaissance Festival this past year, so I know I use it and I know how I can style it, so I'm going to keep that for those reasons. This piece, this piece is actually a robe for Professor Quirrell from Harry Potter. You know, it fits a, 5'6" adult male, which is not what I am. I do like this robe though, and I think I probably could repurpose it for other purposes. I also still do have the Quirrell like turban headpiece as well. I think I might throw these into storage and move them out, later. This isn't actually a costume, or at least I've never worn it as a costume. This was clothes from like my great-great-grandmother. It's this kind of like dress, but it's very see-through. It also doesn't fit me. I might see if my mom wants this back because I think she originally was holding on to it. This is just kind of like a gauzy shawl that you can style which way. I don't think I'm going to be keeping this. This is gonna go in the get rid of pile. Okay, this piece I'm going to keep. It's kind of a corseted, kind of flares at the waist, the fabric goes down. It's really nice. I got this at a convention, I guess a while ago now, but I do really appreciate this piece, so I'm going to keep that. This is like a steampunk gun that I kind of makeshifted. I put leather on it. I put some euros on it. I don't know, it looks kind of fun, but I don't need this anymore, so I think I'm going to be getting rid of this. This belt is really pretty on the front. It's also really stretchy, so it's great for when you have an event and you want to dress up, but you're really bloated and you can't wear a corset. That's when I reach for that piece. So we're keeping that one. And then these are some holsters for the Teddy costume from Westworld. So we're keeping that. This is a fun belt. This also kind of goes with my Dolores costume. It doesn't fit me as a belt anymore. I've kind of made it into a sash now that you wear across it, and it just has these bullet casings in. They're empty, unused. I even had to like cut them down to fit in here. But this is kind of just a really fun piece for the Dolores costume, but also just for like general steampunk looks. I do like that belt. I've had it for a really long time. This is another one of those like great grandma nightgowns. It has all this really pretty lace on the top, but again, it doesn't fit me and I don't need to be holding on to it right now. This is a really pretty lace bodysuit. I do wear this to conventions quite a lot. It has these beautiful bell sleeves. I'm just obsessed with the flare that it has. I do love this, so we're gonna keep it for now. This is another one of those pieces from my great-grandmother. It's one of these like fur collars. This is gonna go in storage. I don't have a need for it right now, but I do love this piece. We're gonna keep it in storage. I see another one of hers in here. It's basically the exact same thing, just like slightly different. This is an apron that I made for an Alice in Wonderland costume. I think it's really cute. I think I can style this in other ways as well. It's a short apron. We're gonna keep this, but I probably will not move with this right away. So this is going to go into storage, costume storage here for a while. These are gloves to a costume I made for my husband. It's from a Disney movie that doesn't get a lot of attention. It's from Treasure Planet. I made him the Professor Dilbert's space suit. So there's no way that we can move with that costume. It's just way too bulky, but we're not giving it away because I worked really hard on it. All these costume pieces are going to go into storage for sure. So far we only have one alteration project, so that's good to know. Moving on to the first strand of stuff. This necklace is beautiful. My uncle got it for me when he went to visit Ukraine a while back. I think I only worn it once though, so this one might be on the chopping block, but it is really pretty. So for now we're going to keep it. We're going to keep this pretty ring. I wear that a lot with my costumes. We're going to keep the flower headpiece. My maid of honor actually got me this for my bridal shower, and I wore it to the Ren Fest this past year, so I don't know, I think it's just kind of fun piece, especially like when we were fairy wings. It's very fitting. This is a headpiece I made a while back. It kind of goes like this, but I've actually never worn it. My sister's worn it more than I've worn it, so I might see if she wants it. Otherwise, I'll probably just dismantle this and keep the beads and the charms, but just this piece will cease to exist. Same with this wire one. This is a pretty one, but I don't think anyone's actually ever worn it, so I think I might dismantle this one altogether. This is my wand holster, and how you attach the wand holster to a belt. Keeping this, I wear that a lot. I like to dress up in kind of a steampunk Hufflepuff costume. I'll show you the other components to that a bit later. So those are fun. These are like arm bracelets. I really like these. I'll probably keep these. So my camera stopped recording there on me. And it's been a few days because life got in the way. But just to finish this up and recap the trunk before we head over to our hanging closet, I decided I'm actually going to put this beautiful piece possibly into storage for now, just because I don't style it all too often. And then I'm getting rid of this choker. I'm not sure if that made it in the cut. I'm getting rid of these like fishnet arm pieces. This feather's gonna go in storage as part of my Rita Skeeter costume, and I think I'm gonna put that in storage for now. Along with these like really cool gloves. These all belong to like a great grandmother of mine, I think. All these are gonna go in storage for now, along with this collar, because I don't really style that as often, but I think it's really cool. And this clip-on bow tie, I think I'm gonna put in storage. And then this antique fan is going to my mom, because that's kind of part of a costume that she has. So that's this situation for now, and I'm keeping all of these little accessories on top here. So now let's swing around and tackle the hanging part of my costumes. Okay, this is the hanging part of my closet. It's a bit cluttered right now. I still need to start going through all this stuff. So just to start with the ground, I just have one piece. This is my skirt for Dolores. This needs to be altered a bit. I never quite finished it because I ran out of time before I wore this to my first con, and then I just never went back to it. So this needs to go in our alterations pile for sure. This is a coat I made my husband with its arms kind of off as like a Mad Hatter coat. I think this is gonna go in storage. I might even just upgrade if like he actually wants to have a Mad Hatter coat in the future. For now we're gonna keep it until that upgrade happens, but it's going to go in storage. This is his kind of costume white basic shirt, so we're gonna keep that. This is the underskirt to my Dolores costume. This needs a little bit of alterations too. It's just way too long, so I need to move the waist down just so it's not like all the way up here when I wear it, so it doesn't drag on the ground. So this is also going in alterations. This is my Rita Skeeter jacket. It's like, you know, a loose interpretation of Rita Skeeter. I think the message still comes across. We have the, you know, the animal pattern here, etc. This is gonna go in storage. I don't see myself particularly pulling this costume out super often. These are my grandmother's, like, from the 50s, like, suit jacket skirt work sets. These are really fun. The problem is that the skirts don't fit me. However, the jackets do. So I like to style the jackets in my costumes pretty regularly, but not the skirts. So I might put the skirts in storage for now and keep the jackets. That might make the most sense because I do style these jackets pretty often. And I think it would be fun if I could even style them in like my everyday clothes. So I think I'm going to move with the jackets but put the skirts in storage for now. This is my Hogwarts robe. I'm definitely going to move with this. I'm a Hufflepuff. I wear this a lot in costumes. And it's also just a super easy like thing to throw on at Halloween if like you need something like last second. Like everyone knows what it is. It's pretty classic in that sense. So I'm gonna take this one as well. This is my husband's leather tunic. And I actually also have a red leather tunic. We're gonna be moving with both of these. These are fantastic pieces to style easily, especially like if you're going to a con or a Renaissance festival, which I really hope to do in the fall. So we're gonna move with those. This I don't see myself wearing as often. It's a dress that I kind of altered to be in the style of Bridgerton because my friends and I went to the Bridgerton ball last, 2022, not 2023, when it came to our area. So I think this is gonna go in storage for now. This is one of my favorite pieces that I've made. It's actually supposed to be, I'm gonna put it on inside out because that's technically how I like to wear it more often. It goes like this, and then I tuck these sides in and I wear it with a corset. That's how I typically wear it because I like this shiny outside part. However, so it's kind of reversible in my mind. It's meant to be worn like this, which is also kind of cute. Just like a simple brown staple. And then you can kind of like flare out the sides so you still get a hint of the pattern at the bottom. This I wear all the time when I costume, so we're going to be keeping this, moving with this for sure. This coat is a coat I made for a Queenie costume from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I don't have the dress anymore for Queenie, so it's not really a costume piece anymore, but it fits like this. I mean, it is a coat in its own right, but I don't think I would wear this ever, you know, in the actual real world. It's just not Skittles wrapper. It's just not something I see myself wearing. Well, okay, I just took a peek in the mirror and it is kind of cute. It does need some work though. I never quite finished the cuffs here. So this is going to go in the alterations pile. We're going to fix it up. Then I'm going to try to style it with like my normal clothes. And if I fail in that, then I think I'm going to see if one of my friends wants it first, and then maybe just sell it on Facebook Marketplace. But for now, I think it needs some alterations to start with. This is a coat, a vest that I made for my husband for Flynn Rider. And I think it's just also a good staple piece for him, so we'll be keeping that one. But this skirt underneath it, I bought for part of a Powerpuff Girls costume back when I was in college. And I just don't wear this type of dress, so we're just gonna get rid of this. Full stop there. This is the shirt from my Dolores costume that I made. We're gonna keep that. This shirt is really cool, but I always struggle to style it. I don't think I've ever successfully styled it, so we're gonna get rid of this one. I think I'm gonna give it to my mom. This is the shirt I wear most often when I style steampunk wear, so I'm keeping this for sure. I wear that a lot. This shirt I think is on the chopping block. I think I just have a better shirt that I have in my normal closet downstairs that I could substitute if I wanted, you know, a plain white shirt vibe. So I think it's time for this one to move on. I wear this a lot if it's a hot day and I need a white basic shirt. This I don't wear. I don't think I've ever worn, so we're gonna get rid of this. This is the hat, the Mad Hatter hat base. It goes on top of a hat I have downstairs, a brimmed hat, so then it looks like it's like a super tall hat. I think this is gonna go in storage because I do kind of like it, but we don't have a need for it right now here. These hats, this is my husband's Teddy hat, so we're keeping that, but this one, I don't know if I'll wear again. It was for an Alexis from Schitt's Creek look that I did with my mom, who dressed up as Moira. So maybe I'll just go into storage, because you never know if I'm back in town for a con, if, you know, maybe we want to pull that one out again. This hat box is, I think, my Queen of Hearts crown that I made. Yep. It is, you know, very flimsy. If I were to make it again, I probably would do some things differently. And it doesn't really have much structure. And stuffing the scarf in the hat. So I think I might just honestly throw this away. Or I think I'm going to be getting rid of my Queen of Hearts dress. So maybe I'll offer the crown up to whoever takes the dress. Not with the hat box. I'm keeping the hat box. The hat box is cool. But the Queen of Hearts dress, so it's a ball gown and it has this heart detail. There's a pearl in the middle. The back side of this, it's an altered like prom dress, so it already had this really beautiful beading on it, and I put a panel of velvet in here just to add some more royal flair at the bottom. I don't think this fits me anymore, so we're going to be getting rid of this dress and I guess then the crown. I might see if my friend wants it, but we'll see. The same with this dress is this kind of like Cinderella-y ball gown. I'll put a picture up as well. I'm not going to take it out of the bag because this thing sheds glitter. But we're going to be getting rid of this. You know, maybe someone at prom season wants it. I have this hat, which is kind of cool. It does fit my head, but I think I have hats that I like better. So I think we're going to be getting rid of this one. I might change my mind about that, but for right now, we're going to get rid of this hat. It's going in the get rid of pile. We're going to get rid of these shoes. I just never wear them. This dress I need to try on to see if it still fits me. This is a ball gown that I made from scratch. It was my first ball gown that I made from scratch. It has boning in it. It's for a Night Circus inspired look. Night Circus, the book by Erin Morgenstein. It's one of my favorite books, and so I made a dress kind of inspired by that look. It is pretty, but there are some problems with the bodice that I don't want to go through the hassle of fixing. I think it's like probably between a size 2 and a size 4, and right now I'm probably between a size 6 and a size 8, so I don't think it's going to fit me. But I'm going to try it on first before I decide to get rid of it, but I think it probably will just be a get rid of dress, and I can make myself another ball gown at another time, maybe. Hoop skirt, I style a lot of the time. I honestly think we might have gotten it from IKEA. The problem is that there's not an elastic band up here, and it's gotten so stretched that like doesn't even fit my waist at all, so it's kind of hard to wear. But I think if I put elastic in here, I think that should solve the problem. So this is just going to be altered, and then I'm taking it with me. And then in here, this big box, I think is just a skirt, like something you put underneath a wedding skirt to like give it puffiness, you know, like make the skirt full. I think I need to try that on as well to see if it fits me. If it doesn't, I'll get rid of it. If it does fit, I'll probably put it in storage just because those are nice and can be expensive, and I think I got that one at a thrift store, so it was a good find. That's about it for costumes. Oh, except for a pair of my fairy wings over there that I made recently. I think that's gonna go in storage at first too. I don't think I need to bring that out right away, even though I want to. We're just thinking about space. That's gonna be a harder thing to move. So I think that might be like another road trip in the future type thing to bring out. I think I have a good list of things to alter. I have a few skirts to fix, jacket, hoop skirt. I feel like I have a good pile of things to get rid of, mostly from this side, but also a good pile from the trunk that we pulled out, and then a good little storage pile that I'm going to pop into a box now. I think that's where we'll leave it there. I'm going to get these alterations onto my list of things to do for February, and then we'll probably move on to our fabric stash clean out next and come up with a plan for what exactly we're making. I've been looking at patterns all morning, so hopefully I have some like ideas ruminating in my head that would give me a good head start on that whole situation. Stick around for some more clean outs and a month of sewing in February, and then, you know, we'll see where it takes it from there. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.